All right, so I wanted to get the moon in there, but this is first video. We'll go ahead and just chill and smoke. People, well, I do comments like no other, and I jazz people up. But when it comes down to it, let's get a decent fucking angle. Let's see. Well, I'm not going to be able to. I don't have a camera mount here. This is one of two places I usually do my audio and video recordings. Is to get away from where I live. I'm a train wreck. Do not get aroused by me. And additionally, I come here for two different reasons. One, personally, because I want to see the entirety of who you are. Both people I know and those that are adventurous enough to create a narrative. And secondly, money, unimaginable amount of money that's going to be transferred, keeping people secure and safe. A lot to find themselves internally and process their past. And the one thing I would have to say, I'm going to light a cigarette real quick. The way I'm working with X Hamster, the one thing I have to figure out is which. Now, South Park said Sorry is really good about doing stuff, but removing tattoos, adding tattoos onto a 3D sense. But when it comes down to it, you're not reading the contract. So before you start posting your vajayjay or your penises online, know that even if you delete it, they have the right to keep it. So, and now they can't search it. What happens, I think the legal obligation is they got to take the username out of their search algorithm. But if they've already saved it, then they're going to always find your shit. Secondly, you don't post shit. It's a partner thing. And my firm belief is until you've actually tied the knot or made some sort of life agreement, you don't post shit online about your sexual explorations unless it's close up. That way they don't know it's you. Right? It is you, it's not you. You both can use your own that video as advertisement for the next, It just didn't work out. Pieces weren't aligned. Life just didn't handle the right stuff. Most likely it didn't work out because you weren't honest. Secondly, I'm not going to post my dick online. That's for the people in the know. I will blur it. You will see. I have a couple different ways I want to do it. I'm going to, one video, I have to do a prosthetic that hangs out in my shorts. And I'm going to blur the entire thing. And I'm going to do a rating system. I don't think they have a rating system on this forum. They do on YouTube. So when it comes to digital information transfer, cash, CACHE, there's a direct correlation about what you're viewing online than what you're viewing online at home. So what the one industry is trying to do is create content so potent that you're not wasting resources in case another party needs to use it. So that's what this entire thing's about. And the good stuff you should be getting in person. So that's the decentralized server. That's what my balls vending machine is all about. And if you don't understand what I'm saying, go ahead. I have a few channels over at YouTube. I don't think they allow. Just search Joshua Sisk. That's JOSHUASISK. It's a man dressed as a leprechaun. And then there's nursing Joshua Sisk, doctoring Joshua Sisk. I mean, I can put title names, I think, into the comments or video descriptions. So a few years ago, I think it was 2019, I had cold emailed X Hamster. I'm like, here's the deal. Like, like if you nail the subtitles algorithm, like Facebook is currently doing, you're going to have the market, because so many people watch this stuff and aren't able to understand what is being said. Now, what's happening is artists are inputting their own subtitles. I think that's an option. I'll find that out soon enough. And it's not keying up, so, which is fine. I mean, it's a growing process. So then what I did is went to vintage lesbian stuff, because I don't watch other dick. You know, if there's more than one dick in the room, I'm out. You know, and you're like, that's a chauvinistic thing. You got all these women here. Well, they're strapped on fuck machines or whatever. All right, we'll work something out. But when it comes down to it, it's me and my one. She knows that her job is to view all the dick. All right. And then at the end of the night, when we come home, I make dinner. We have our things. We have whatever the order of operation is. It's shit, shower, shave, get the family in bed, dinner, and movie or bed night, whatever. So, and then shower again in the morning, because you have your fuck all over you. A good one is like, if you're a man, you clean the house, the kids are home, you've picked out a specific movie that you know that they'll enjoy. They won't be up, and you're like, we gotta make dinner. We're gonna be in the kitchen. Focus on the movie, give them snacks, whatever, give them in there. But you already have that casserole frozen in the freezer. You throw that in there, and then you pound it out with that woman. It's been a rough day. We're gonna have to do this. And then what you already did is you recorded the audio from your cooking session. Make a fuck ton of noise, and you play it on my phone. So that way, when you're pounding out, the kids have no clue. They're like, oh, they're having a hard time. And fuck yeah, we are. Stay the fuck away. This is our time. I'm not trying to incorporate different things. This is not. I'm trying to keep it as clean. There's different tips and tricks on how to get your fuck on without anyone knowing. I mean, but soon enough, you're going to develop so much karma or, sexual power that, fire engines are going to plow off every time. Right? It's fucking annoying. You'll have your thing. Train will go by. You'll get a certain time. And then you're going to have that talk with the up and comings. And you're going to have to shoot them straight as much as you can. But if you can't, I'm hoping to offer some life lessons through these videos. Now, what I'm going to use this entire forum on is show body transformation in the beginning, and from there we'll move on. I want to also learn massage and the lighting. The sun's coming up, so my camera can't decide which it is, and I need to remember that the camera's up here, not where my black eyes are. Well, hold on. Let's see if the AI, if I can get it. All right. Well, anyways, Hazel. And that one out. Hazel, and then what was the other one? I'm blonde. I'm technically blonde. It shows as brown, and sometimes it shows as red as well, depending on season of what I wear. So I know that. But, and my beard is all amok. So this is technically a wide curl. You can sort of see it, but it takes work, and I can't touch the fucking beard. Everyone's been touching my fucking beard. So it's all right. So I'll do the tips and tricks, shaving your nuts, all that stuff, how to get that stank off, because during your preteen years, it's a lot of gaming, playing with your joystick, I guess you could say. And there's a lot of avoidance because there's BO, there's armpit stuff, it's all that stuff. And what the market is currently doing is like, let's mask that fucking odor. Let's spray on something that they can smell 10 miles away. No woman wants that 5 inches away, because if you're smelling it 10 feet away, God, it's just all mixed, whatever. So it's just making sure to keep yourself hygiene up and what have you. Now, I've been on Pornhub since probably, not Pornhub. I don't like Pornhub. It's a search algorithm. Additionally, They recently got reamed for a bunch of fuck shit stuff, but they're using the same facial recognition shit as X-Hamster. I think that's just a state thing, maybe, but I'm not going to get into um, the middlemen stuff. But God, where was I going with that? So I'm trying to process what I truly enjoyed during those videos, because some of them were fucked, and then some of them weren't even porn. I don't know why it's up there, but now they've got that whole entire section because of the Missouri State stuff. Any which way you post something on here or any site that requires facial recognition or verification from your license, you're fucked. All right, they got right to store you for the next 120 years, and then after that, your image, your entity has become theirs to work with. So they'll have that version of you. So I'm trying to figure out which company I want to work with the AI stuff, with adding tattoos and stuff, because they're going to know your entire body. And the reason why, and you're going to want that because it makes more realistic content that you would be able to post online, so it's not all close-up stuff. Taboo Salad, there was a recent, I think she just deleted her account because this motherfucker just texts crazy comments as soon as they post. I just figured out her timing based off her first video is what I did. And I show up, well, I'm going to say half hour because it takes a little bit to get through the servers. With the long ass fucked up thing, but I posted in my favorites. That's my workaround because they don't have a comment history. Because the majority of the comments is like, "Hey, babe, you know, have sex." Man, that A game is way too much. I mean, I am totally wrecked on that. So I try to provide a little backstory, a little painting that you have something to work with, hopefully for another video, because I can't have sex with you. I'm sorry. We can have fun talking to each other, but that's the thing. So I have my offline community that I do stuff with. So with that being said, I think I'm caught up, and that way, and I'm recording this before I do the facial recognition stuff. So the time, I think, is like 5:30 a.m. Central Time on whatever day this gets posted. That's horrible, Josh. You should put it on there. Okay, there's other things on there. DCMA, that means copyrighted comment. There's different ways to do it. It doesn't have to be so loud, like on the front screen. You can put it. You're going to have to learn how to use a fucking camera software that is not on your cell phone. You have 1,000 times more opportunities to protect yourself and your content and add to it. Like that same individual I just posted, I suggested the scene I was wanting to see her do was, there's a Taboo Salad is the artist, or that's her stage name, and she's in the living room, and well, it goes off into something else, but you know, I do a lot of virtual sex stuff, so but a variation of that, it's just that the innocent finding oneself and then realizing you're alone and you're going to take your personal time. It's the authenticity is what I found in just video after video. It's not there anymore, and that's why I went to vintage. The reason why I went to virtual in that particular market, the taboo market, is because they know they're doing wrong and they know how to sell it. Like, yeah, and you find the artists. There's Bondage Betty, Sydney Harwin. There's the pregnant one that does the pregnant wrong stuff. But you know, you get in those moods where you're like, man, I want to fuck me a mama that knows how to treat me right and doesn't know how to talk. I'll set her straight, and that's the whole point. That's the underlying thing. I don't know how else to say it. I'm going to tell you this story. So I was working at Emos. This girl is macking, like laying down grade A material, but this other guy's stoned as fuck, and he likes to gamble. So he's just he's doing the slow roll thing, and she's all hot and heavy. I come in and I'm like, I'm tired of seeing this fucking whale tail, and I flip her thong that she's got hanging out, and she looks at me and she is pissed. She's like, I don't know who the fuck you think you are. I'd worked with her once before. Like, here's the deal. If you want him, say, hey, you want to go out? You want to play cards? Something. He ain't getting it. And then I walk out with, $50 worth of pizza and get there in like 5 minutes. I'm real quick with what I do. So, anyways, it was like 2.5 weeks later. She's like, we're having a poker party, and I think I need to invite you. It's at my place. And I'm like, good for you, girl. She's like, you know what? I hate you. And I'm like, why? Why? You're the one with the whale tail. You were slapping everyone in the face with that shit. She's like, yeah, but the way you did it. I'm like, life's too short. And then she was very honest with me. She's like, well, I realized that after I wasn't pissed off and took care of things. So I'm like, okay, we won't even discuss that little insertion right there. Additionally, I saw how you handled the piece of shit at work. Driving this big Escalade SUV. It's 2001, 2, 3, maybe. It's like, you mouthed them off, And I saw you talk to the manager to give him the shit delivery. We all know, we all hate that. He's mouthing off and he's talking big game. He's always rolling hundreds out of his thing. We're like, you're working with us, all right? We all got hundreds at the end of the night. That's not the issue. The fact of the matter is you're playing baller, but working 3 jobs at a time. Don't lie to us. So I chewed him out, and then she's like, you're not a bad guy. You just come off very rough sometimes. She has a heart murmur. I don't know if she's still alive. That was a while ago. She said she was 10 years past her end-of-date point. And I'm like, I want to see your tits. And then we came out and decided we had a long night. One of those, it wasn't a drink or smoke night. I mean, every night was a drink or smoke night when you're a delivery driver, but it was just a one-on-one, just true, authentic conversation. And she told me about how she's always been in the hospital when she's done with that. She told me about the story about the stage. She was called on the stage, and he does this little thing where the song insists that you grab his crotch, and she's the only one that did it. And he even said, he's like, I've been doing that for 2 years and no one has had the balls to actually do that. So, give her a round of applause. And she told me that. And then she's like, here's the deal. I'm like, well, yeah, we're not going to, and I let her know, I'm like, I ain't going to be here much longer. I've got 2 other jobs. I'm going to take the full time at Family Video. But I want you to keep me informed. Every year that you make it another year, just send me a photo of your tits. And the goal is that you get to 80 and I see a bunch of saggy tits. And then I'd be able to have a flip book of your aging body. Now, mind you, she's like, that's awesome. I'll totally do that. She's like, you got to give me your address. Anyways, she hooked up with the dude. And, once you hook up with someone, all past plans kind of go up into the back cooker and you cook your stew just in case. But she immediately asked me to come over to her place. She wanted to show me something. What she did is showed me her journals. She had journaled from when she found out that she wasn't going to live all the way up to the point that we had that conversation. She did. She would just write until all the energy was out of her, so she would be a normal individual that next day. That's where I learned it from. The thing is that was her showing me her tits. And I know you can turn that into fucked up shit, but it was her boo-boos that she went through. And she's like, I would be okay with you reading all this once I'm gone. I'm like, that's a lot. And that's a lot to process. She goes, I know. I don't want you to read it now because you would view me differently, especially with the most recent stuff. There's some things that I'm not honest with you about it. And I'm like, oh, thank you. So, no disrespect. We're learning new protocols and procedures is what this is. It's a new age, and the things we do now are going to affect our children's children and how they do things. But the one thing I want to instill is every contract, every website is all based off the same algorithm, the same programming. All right. What works for one side is going to directly affect the other. They're all one unit. It's an energy disposal system. So that way you can work on your day-to-day as a normal customer service agent and make sure that your customer is able to sustain and exceed the day prior. So choose your career wisely. Create an alternate persona online. I don't care. But make sure to maintain that. Don't just disappear. Because you'll hook some people later in life, and if they don't have a closeout, they don't know what to do, and their brain is left with that question. It's like, could I have done more? I wish I had found them sooner. All those questions. So, with all due respect, God bless, admiration, love, family first. It's women and children. Men, you gotta learn how to control your shit. It's bleeding over in definitely your past relationships, and now good guys like us have to clean it up. So, and that's the hardest thing. It's like I'm always the rebound guy, mostly because of my stature and the way I present myself. But then they get me, and then I'm this nice guy. And I know, well, most recently I got to the point of explaining. I'm like, here's the deal. It's a recurring thing. You have all this stuff going in your head that you ain't telling me. But when we boil it down, you had a bad relationship, the most last one. You used me as the opposite. I'm being the opposite. I'm not even getting to the point of my dark demon stuff because that's going to bleed back over and you don't have control of your own private thoughts. Additionally, you don't know what you want. And if you don't know what you want, then I don't know what to get for you. So I don't know how else to say it. And sometimes you never know what you want. You just want to be with some person and you'll push through, but you can tell that there's something missing. All right. There's trial and error. Practice makes perfect. So with that being said, when I do the dogging point of view from female point with my head and vagina, there's going to be a lot of practice. I have to fit in. God bless. I love you. Please, I'm not jazzing. I'm jazzing up your women so that way they come home and then have an honest conversation. That's it. I'm not trying to get down their pants. If they single, they single. That's one thing. If they say it's complicated, well, it's too complicated for me right now, okay? If you ain't going to be honest to your man and say, hey, this is what I expect, this is what I want, either fix it or I'm cutting you out of your life. But no, you leave those danglers on there because they fuck you right, but you realize that you're just working through their communication issue, and that'll come with experience. It's all right. It's all right. Every moment you have the opportunity to make your dreams a reality. And if your reality is to do exploratory stuff with another individual, just do it. But accept the responsibility and the steps after that of what you did. And you'd be surprised at the magic you'll find, the honesty that pours forth, memories that you didn't know were actually causing those distresses. It's kind of bittersweet. So good luck. Have some fun. Drink some Kool-Aid. Create your own Kool-Aid. Get out of my pool. All right? Stop hogging the KY.